average lifespan? 70, 75 years? Can you imagine living a life, your whole life, where you do not find or fulfill your life's dream? Or where you don't experience everything, and I mean everything that is purpose to be yours? Unfortunately, the truth is many of us don't, because we don't know how. But there is a way that we can be led to fulfill our life's dreams, and it begins with the understanding of the concept of growth. When you're focusing on your growth, you're looking for opportunities and you're being intentional about how you're currently living and want to live your life. And you're making a conscious effort to learn something new and apply it in your life so that you can be better today than you were yesterday. That's what people who have these enormous amounts of success, they focus on. They focus on being better today than they were yesterday. So we're going to share with you what we consider the 10 undeniable laws of growth. Let's talk today about the first law, which is knowing your purpose. To know your purpose is to live a life where you have fertile ground for growth. It's important to understand your foundation, and we begin there. It's in your foundation where your feet are rooted to the earth, to your soul, that feeds energy to help you live your life with purpose. So you have to first understand the why of your existence, because your why matters. Some of us live our entire lives trying to figure it out. But when you sit in silence and self-reflection, your purpose isn't far from you. Let me give you an example. As a child, I loved all things creative. I loved dance and colors, texture, hair, sewing, anything creative except cooking that challenged the right hemisphere of my brain. That's the space where I lived and the space where I loved. But society and my family foundation told me a few things. Number one, that my forefathers fought for me to become an accountant, a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, an executive, or whatever position that was equated to the new concept of success. And I had a right and a responsibility to go for it. And number two, there was this unspoken message every time I was redirected from those creative outlets. And it said that those creative outlets weren't meant to fuel my career, but only to fuel my spirit. So I went for it. I went for the corporate path, and it took me years. It seemed like a lifetime to find that mental, geographical place where the intersection of creativity and structure met. I was then able to start building a career in training and coaching and organizational development that infused both. And I began to find more fulfillment in my work. But even with that, I realized I didn't completely have true happiness because my unique, unadulterated purpose was still not understood, and it definitely wasn't fulfilled. So I had been happy, but I was still searching. Now keep in mind that you should always be in a space of searching for the rest of the meaning of your life, which will lead you to continue fulfilling your true purpose. If, and I say if, you are at least on or can find the right path. So the question is, what's your path? If you're questioning why you're doing what you're doing, if you're thinking that there's more in life or more to life than what you're currently experiencing, if you know you have potential to do so much more, but you don't understand how, then I ask you, are you sure the journey you're on is the right journey? Pay attention to your subconscious and the things that are happening in the space around you. And listen, truly listen to the messages that are being sent to you. Keep a mental and a physical note of things that kind of snap your spirit in place when you experience it. And pay attention to what feels good. Not just feels satisfying because you know you can do it well, but what feels good. And when you have that aha moment or those aha moments where your vision is becoming much clearer, don't let negative self-talk or the talk of others or your current lifestyle or the activities we fill our lives with, don't let those cause a diversion. And what I mean by that is sometimes when our soul feels empty, which can be a symptom of not living a life of your unique purpose. Instead of being still and unpackaging why you're feeling empty, we sometimes fill up our lives with busyness, which temporarily eases the pain. But I'm challenging you, like I constantly challenge myself, to instead sit still and begin to talk to yourself about your path. Why are you feeling as you are? Why are these things that's keeping you busy, these activities, not fulfilling your soul? Ask yourself if you're opening your eyes to the space around you and the aura that it exudes, and how situations, people, places, how do they make you feel? Ask yourself what gives you feelings of loss of self. And those questions, which can sometimes cause us pain, will find many answers. So my first undeniable law of growth is to know your purpose. Next week, we'll talk about law number 2, which is stand up and step out.